Hello there. I just want to make a quick video. I won't keep it for long. I guess lately I haven't been making much videos. I've been sort of reposting greatest hits or whatever videos from my old page that got deleted, or a few clips from people like Age of Deceit, Gonzo Shimura's movie, my 3 favorite documentaries of all time. But yeah, I guess this one's sort of about the topic of the dollar. As you can see by the title, I was watching a video game review video for this Final Fantasy 14. I've been playing a bit, trying out the samurai. You know, I use video games to de-stress all the grief and PTSD in my life. I need something to keep my mind busy when I'm not doing anything else. And so in this video, this YouTuber, video game YouTuber, one of these people who probably makes quite a bit of money, you know, was complaining about capitalism being the boogeyman of the world. And it's like, okay, the irony, for one, a person profiting from capitalism on YouTube, making video games of all things, and complaining about it at the same time, juxtaposition. That's like these vegans here, if they were to like be complaining about eating meat while they were chomping burgers like this guy. And so I just thought to say, you know, to people like that who continually blame capitalism, I don't get it. Like, I guess they haven't done much research, but why are you blaming capitalism for what essentially is corporatism? We don't have capitalism today. We don't have capitalism anymore, not since the 70s. Not since 1971, when that liar, Richard Nixon, Tricky Dick Nixon, I'm Tricky Dick Nixon, I called the moon. You know, when that guy took us off the gold standard in 1971, that screwed us. That screwed the whole world's dollar system. The $20 bill in your pocket, well, if the clothing you're wearing currently has any pockets to put any $20 bills in, the $20 bill in your pocket isn't actually $20 per se. It's a promissory note for $20 worth of gold or silver. And so, since the Federal Reserve Act really in 1913, but Tricky Dick Nixon in 1971, that was the beginning of the war. Capitalism, true fair capitalism, needs a gold standard. And that was murdered in 1971. So people need to stop blaming capitalism. We don't have capitalism. We have unhinged corporatism. So let's call it what it is. They're printing money from nothing. And while I'll get to this chart in a minute, a great documentary about how the dollar works, I'll link it in the description section below, or even like just going to my YouTube page here. If you scroll down to favorite documentaries here, it's in this one, you know. Although apparently videos keep getting deleted from the internet. This video here, this will explain everything you need to know about how the dollar works from the mouths of like 10 or more witnesses, all these experts they get, whatever. Or even this one, Freedom to Fascism, about how the IRS is technically an illegal institution. But that being said, like how the dollar really works and how capitalism was the first casualty in this war. I mean, depending on what you believe in, a lot of the guys who run this world are Satanists. So I'm not here to tell you what to believe in, but this is what they believe in. And so at the top of this pyramid, as you want to call it, you know, are certain councils, certain groups, you know, the Jesuits, the Bilderbergers, the Rothschild Zionists, the banking cartels, even like the insurance companies are up there, the bloodline families, you know, which I am ashamed to be a part of. And beneath them are the bank and monetary groups, the financial groups, the secret societies, these different groups that people make light of or just call a conspiracy theory, in truth are actually basically like fraternities and organizations that they have been setting up for almost 100 years. So keep it simple when you want someone to blame. It for sure isn't the fault of true fair market-backed capitalism, which we haven't had in almost 50 years. Like 71, that was before I was born even. And so this trickles down now to the education groups, all the intelligence groups, which my grandpa was a part of. The OSS helped build all these groups. And then, you know, religious groups, tax-controlled 50C13, I think they're called, whatever, controlled beast system religious groups, especially the Remfam Zionist cults posing as a certain tribe, political groups, and like it says, even Bilderberg, where every president and world leader gets decided 4 years before they're elected, where all these things are planned out as best they can. And it's funny, a friend of mine once said to me, I don't believe it. I can't believe these conspiracies are real because I can't see these people, these corrupt world leader types, all being cohesive enough to pull it off. It just doesn't make any sense, he said. And I thought back then, there's a point to that. But now looking at it, realizing a lot of these world leader types, these political types, they're just at the mercy of their own lusts and addictions and whatnot. Chances are a lot of this is being puppeted by the powers that shouldn't be. Lucifer, whatever you want to call it. Even though the Freemasons are twisted up to think that Lucifer and Jesus are like the same guy. But yeah, as far as this whole topic of how the dollar works, whether you want to believe it or not, it's all tied up into what people call the Illuminati. And as simple as you want to keep it, we don't have capitalism anymore. We have corporatism. And so, yeah, I guess if you want to blame something, blame the right systems. Blame the Bilderberg groups and the Council on Foreign Relations, the trilateral families, the Federal Reserve Act. Blame the private banks that run the dollar now. Because the dollar ain't backed by gold. It ain't backed by nothing. Crypto, that's a joke. The word crypto means hidden. And so now the whole World Forum is basically putting that off and keeping it on the back burner because they haven't figured out what to name it yet. It's so ridiculous. Gold and silver is the only true money. True fair market capitalism was murdered. And so let's just stop blaming it. Maybe try to get back to it. And so, yeah, I guess that's all I got to say about that. Peace out, baby.